Prowling the UWM sports scene, this is Panther Prowl, a production of the Broadcasting Club at UWM.
Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of Panther Prowl. I'm your host, Tim Elliott. Today we will introduce you to the men's and women's club soccer teams here at UWM. We'll bring on some of the players later in the show, but joining me now is the president of the Milwaukee Panther Soccer Club, Pat Brennan. Pat, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
Pat, can you tell us what Milwaukee Panther Soccer Club is all about and what exactly it is?
Basically, it's the vision of my friends and I, and we all shared the passion for soccer. And the university didn't have a club soccer program, and most of the schools in the rest of the UW system do. And really, it was an opportunity to really get a lot of the talent that's around UWM and really pull it together to be a good organization, good club.
So what drove you personally to actually start this team, start this club?
I've always been playing soccer. I've always had a huge passion for it, a huge desire to play. And the fact that once college came, I didn't want to dedicate my entire life to playing at a college. So when I came here, it gave me the opportunity to be on a team with some really good talent and have the option to still do the normal things that college kids do and focus still on school and have a good time.
Absolutely. So what has the response been like, in the form of players that are trying out and in the university as a whole?
I think it's been a growing process without a doubt. I really started out with a lot of my friends and people that I kind of knew and kind of getting to know people. We all kind of had the same desire to play, and everybody loves soccer the same amount. That's how it started. And as it's grown and our reputation has grown as well around the area, it's really starting to pull in people from the university itself and other clubs. We're really starting to get recognized as well. So it's more or less just, the bigger the better. The more people know about it.
So the term club soccer is kind of a broad term there. So who is actually eligible to be on this team? Is it just students at UWM, staff, other soccer players around the area?
Technically, by our by rules, you have to be a UWM student. So either way, we basically pool. We do have a grade point average you have to maintain at least above a 2.5 or a 2.0. And for the most part, it's the kids that actually want to play soccer but also still want to have, a college life and get a good education with that and dedicate their lives to it.
So let's talk about the players on the team. Is it really competitive? Or, like you said, they're a bunch of friends. Is everybody that close? Or
right now, we consist of 42 kids, 42 guys, and it's a matter of it's really split up now. We're in indoor session now, and we have 3 teams. We basically put one team together that I, along with a few others, felt that was our best squad, and I take a select 16 to about 20 to our outdoor games, which again is, I think, the best group of people that represent Milwaukee Panther Soccer Club the best. And also, I think it's more of an issue of the team. Like I said, I do have friends, but it's been a challenge and also a good thing of having friends, but also still pooling from a different aspect of it and having the younger guys that I don't know and having a authoritative position with still having friends doing the same thing, having a good time.
So what about funding? Obviously all this has to cost some money. Do you get money from the school? Is there a club fee that the kids must pay? Or
we were chartered in about, I think, November of 2004, and since then I basically started the process of budgeting through the school. The school has a certain amount of money that they give to student orgs, so following the right paperwork and justifying what we have. I went through that process to get money just for the basic equipment and some of our league fees, just because one team in indoor is $795, so it ends up being kind of an expense for college kids. And then this year I started implementing $50 dues for the entire year, which gave everybody 2 sessions in indoor, a pair of socks, a pair of shorts, and as much play time as we can get. So I think that's the best way. It's still an issue, though. Costs are an issue nonetheless.
All the time, yeah. Can you take us behind the scenes at a practice? Can you just kind of paint us a picture of what goes on at a practice? Yeah.
As of right now, we don't have a coach, so I basically manage, and it's a lot of it. Basically, we all respect each other. We all take it as serious as we can. When it's outside of that, then we all have a good time. But when it's coming down to practicing, everybody wants to get better, so it can get heated at times. But for the most part, we like to keep a lot of real-time play. A lot of scrimmages, things like that, real gameplay. And at the same time, we're very critical of each other, but in a respectful form. Is that if we get together, then we'll stop and we'll say, you need to do this, you need to do this better. And we take it in with each time. And then really it's a matter of listening to your friends and then actually making it happen without having a coach there behind you to yell at you each time. It's up to you.
Yeah. So the university team at UWM has been doing pretty good in recent years. So does the club team have any affiliation with the university team? Do they know about the club team?
We kind of just started having the option to, they usually have practices obviously all day, but then we play at Engelman, so a few of the younger guys who don't get as much gameplay income, and we've played indoor with them and just kind of messing around. And at that same respect, a lot of our players are from the Milwaukee area and have been playing on the same clubs with these guys and are good friends with them, so they all kind of, it's a very, very large but also select community in the Milwaukee area. You know, they have a great soccer community, you know, a lot of high talent, and it's an issue of some of these kids are the ones that dedicated their lives to being on a Division I team, and then the ones on our team are the ones that maybe have as much talent but really can't, you know, give it as much time, but still just as good.
So can you talk about some of the problems the club faces? You said it's been a year and a half since it started, so it's still in its infancy. So what are some problems that you've experienced so far?
One of which is just figuring out the right structure, trying to figure out how to really, you know, establish who's going to be playing. Also, as like I said, we all are really good friends. It really makes it for a good environment to actually work and actually be together. But at the same time, it's tough to really put down the law and establish on who's going to be playing and how a real soccer team has to function in order to be the best that we can be.
So in your opinion, what is the biggest advantage of being a member of Milwaukee Panther Soccer Club?
You're looking at a giant pool, you know, a university that has tons of kids and an amazing soccer community, so it's really a chance to be known. We just went up to lacrosse, actually, which was, they dominated our soccer conference, which we'll be joining next semester, and we tied them the first game and then won 3-0, so it's really, we stepping into the game and making a name for ourselves right off the bat.
Let's talk about some of the players on the team. Who do you think stands out? As you know, everyone likes to see the beautiful goals, the graceful goals. Who do you think really stands out on the team to you?
Our star player, Andy Foy, also known as the Fizz. He's really, I met him actually my freshman year. He has an amazing passion for the game. He's literally almost dedicates his entire life besides school, but nonetheless, it's amazing to watch him play. He's just creative and almost magical at times, but nonetheless, he dedicates his life to it, and he literally leads by example just with amazing play.
Okay, great. I can't wait to meet him because we're going to bring Andy on the show and Joel right after this commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
No. Send him away. I shan't be seeing Mr. Mallory ever again. He's much too simple a country boy. I'm going to London where I shall marry a gentleman and I'll live in a big, fancy house. And in the summer, we shall travel to France and spend our days eating chocolat whilst reading Byron and Baudelaire. Oh, please, sweet brother, can't you see what it is that will make me truly happy?
Well, yeah, but he's like downstairs. What do you want me to tell him?
I used to have 2 or 3 drinks to take the edge off, but now I find myself drinking more than I want to.
The Center for Addiction and Behavioral Health Research at UWM and Aurora Sinai Medical Center is conducting research studies on innovative treatments for problem drinking. If you're 18 or older and feel you drink too much, you may qualify. If you're eligible, you'll receive free counseling and/or medication. There is no charge for your participation. Call now to see if you qualify for these studies at 414-219-3509. All inquiries are strictly confidential.
Learn more. The University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Visit uwm.edu for information.
Welcome back to Panther Prowl. My name is Tim Elliott, and I am joined now by members of the Milwaukee Panther Soccer Club, Andy Foy and Joel Carstedt, along with President Pat Brennan. Guys, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Tim.
So let's just talk about basics here. How long have you guys each been a member of the Panther Soccer Club?
Since it began, really. Was it a year and a half, 2?
About that, a little over a year and a half now.
Pat scooped us up. We've been there since the beginning. Joel and I have as well.
So have you guys been playing before the official inception of the club, like together?
Well, yeah, we used to play in intramurals a lot, and that's actually how I met Pat Foy as well. But I mean, Yeah, as soon as we started playing together with intramurals, things kind of just bonded that way. Soccer is a community that way.
Joel and I actually attended the same high school, so we had a chance to play together as well. And then Pat got a chance to see us play in high school, and he decided to kind of recruit us in a way, but I mean, it's just for fun. I think,
So why do you guys want to play for, Milwaukee Panther Soccer Club? What drew you to the team?
The people. I mean, it's a good time. I mean, personally, you can go and play at school or, D2 or D3 schools or whatnot, but if you wanted to go to Milwaukee, it's kind of tough to get on a team if you really wanted to. So the people that you surround yourself with, they all love the game, and you just want to play for fun, but when you get together, it's competitive. So, I mean, if you're like this guy, competition is what makes you go.
Feeds off of it.
Well, I was being looked at by a couple of colleges, and I was just like, I don't know if I can really do that. I kind of wanted to just have a college life, like Pat mentioned as well. So, and it's still competitive in a way, and there's enough skilled players.
So what makes it so competitive, though? Is it like internally in the club that makes it so competitive, or is it like when you play other teams so competitive? Which way, both?
I'd have to say both, just because, I mean, we play up at the Eline Soccer Complex, and ex-players playing that all the time from different colleges, and UWM, in fact, and we just beat a bunch of UWM players last night, so that was fun.
So what have been some more memorable moments, I guess, for you guys being a part of the club since its inception? So any good memories, you guys? What are you going to take away from this club with you?
I will always remember this guy's bicycle kick for a goal against Lacrosse a couple of weeks ago.
Gosh, you guys are really beefing me up here.
Talk about that. Let's hear about that.
We traveled back to Lacrosse. Like I said, it was our first game against that team who dominates our conference, and we tied them 0-0 the first game. And I don't know, it was one of those games where we couldn't really finish, but we had a great time at the hotel the next night, night kind of hanging out. And Foy kind of said, like, I'm not letting that happen again. And it was the beginning of the game. This was 10 minutes into the game. Joel took it on the left side, and I don't know where it crosses the ball. You didn't see it, and Foy manages to do it, I think, on a regular basis, surprised us all, and came out of nowhere, and I think set the crowd silent just in amazement.
Silent? They didn't freak out because of it?
No.
Wow.
Obviously.
Silence at first, and then once it hit them, I don't like to brag about that kind of stuff, but as soon as
the famous bicycle kick, that's a pretty big feat right there.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think, why do you guys think that soccer is so big, like in other parts of the world other than America? I mean, you guys are obviously big soccer fans. With the World Cup coming up, this summer, it's the world's game apparently. So why is soccer not as big in America as it is in, say, South America or Europe?
I think just the way you're brought up. I mean, overseas and around the world, I mean, you're brought up with it. You're surrounded by it. Here in the States, it's kind of about how you get into it and who you know. If you grow up with it personally, like we have, I mean, it kind of takes over. But, I mean, at least around the world, that's just a total different
Sport's been around much longer. The United States, obviously, is really young. It's a much more of an entertainment-based, society as well. So
I think America likes the high-scoring affairs as well, like the basketball and football, and that's why I don't think hockey and soccer is caught on as much in America. It's just my personal opinion.
So is there anything, I mean, there's got to be something about the club maybe that you guys don't like, one aspect about the club?
How bad he makes us look. Nah, I don't
know.
Really, there's
the only thing that's tough, I think, is having so many kids and also having friends on the same respect, because it's really tough. We do want to get a coach in the future. I think it'd be a good thing, but right now it's, the way the club's going, we've been responsible and we've been mature enough as to really put things together. But I still think having as many people and trying to satisfy that many people and still be a legitimate club and really excel at what we want to do is probably the biggest difficulty, especially, at least for me, as a leader or as the president. But
Pat definitely has a really tough job trying to organize that talent level at that first team that we already had gathered together to go, and then the guys who came to try out and were unfortunately not as skilled, we had to throw them in a order.
So do you feel like you're like stepping on people's toes, because you guys are friends? Do you feel like you can't criticize your friends as much as you would if you didn't really know them as well?
At times, but I think
it almost strengthens the fact that we are such good friends. At times, like I said, it can be a struggle, but the fact that we know each other so well, you don't take it to heart. That's just how it is. You get in a fight with your best friend, you're going to get over it.
Off
afterwards.
the field, you're fine again. So
we all have the same goal too, to be the best we can be. So even if you're not happy with something they say, you take it to heart and you move on.
So what's the schedule looked like in the past so far? Who have you guys played? How have you guys fared in the winter session and the fall session?
We actually are just getting into a conference for next year. It's the Midwest Alliance Soccer Conference. It's a 12-game season, and then we go through a regional and then a national tournament. Like I said, it consists of UW La Crosse, Michigan Tech, Northern Michigan, Stout, Stevens Point, Eau Claire. I think those are all the teams, and basically we have a season with them, and then once that's over, the regional tournament comes along. We can play Big Ten teams as well. Actually, Madison doesn't have a team, but University of Illinois won it last year. But that's going to be our fall season. As of now, we basically, being in Wisconsin, it's tough to have a lot of outdoor soccer except for the really good warm months. But we play at Eline at the Men's A on a consistent basis. Right now, we're the #1 seed. We have 2 other teams that are doing just as well, real competitive. But usually, I think this is the first year as well we really set aside on how we're going to make the club better and kind of put the right players in the right place.
So you guys are all, 3 of you are all seniors. So what do you guys want your legacy to be at Milwaukee Panther Soccer Club? Do you think that it'll be a positive one, or what do you guys think?
Dominance. Utter dominance. That's what I expect.
What do you hope?
I hope that it becomes, as just as well respected as I plan on being as of now but even more, I like it to be a well-respected club around the area. I'm starting to get a lot of notice. We're going to the University of Minnesota to play their club team. I'm playing one of the Milwaukee Kickers first division teams, so I'm getting to know a lot of the club teams as well. And as we represent ourselves, I want to see us when I come back. I'd like to see us, be like, oh, we're going to be playing, Milwaukee Panther Soccer Club. We need to be ready. I think that I would like other teams to be noticed by who they're playing when they hear about us.
So from a player's standpoint, what has the response been like? The growth of the club, what is that? What have you guys seen personally?
Exponential growth, really. I mean, it caught on, and then boom.
60 to 70 kids try out in the fall, and we took it down. Like I said, 40 was basically that I wanted the university to be able to enjoy this, not just a group of guys. If that does have to change, that's the way it is. But nonetheless, 60 to 70 kids, and I'm still cutting almost 20 to 30. It's only going to grow.
So what about any games in the near future you guys got coming up?
Next weekend, like Pat said, we're going out to Minnesota. We're going to be playing their club team under the lights for their homecoming game or something like that. I don't know.
They've had a club team established for a long time now, so we're excited to play them.
I don't think they're ready for us.
Right.
So what's your guys' record right now? And you said in this winter league that you guys got going on.
What are we? 6 and
Our A team is
6-0.
6 and actually that squad is 6 or 7-0.
Wow.
We had one squad during our spring break which took a loss, but as our top squad goes, we're undefeated.
It's pretty unstoppable force.
Is Andy the unstoppable force this winter again, as he was?
We like to say, he's got the golden boot. It's tough. It's tough to really. He ceases to amaze us every time we play. And he's one of those players too that you hate to play against because he hates losing. But if he's gonna, he's not gonna lose without the hardest fight, and he's gonna knock you off the ball. So.
Sometimes I've been known to take it a little too far. And get mad about things.
But it's inspiring.
I like to get my teammates fired up.
I should definitely check that out then, see you guys play. When we come back, we'll be joined by 2 members from the Lady Panther Soccer Club, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
PBS is a laboratory of ideas. It's the laboratory of my imagination. It expands my soul, my heart, my mind. PBS is part of my family. I want public television